Hey, it's all about quality, not about quantity, right? Let's get back to another round of Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Big Nate.
Another round indeed of Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. I don't think they have these, which is a good thing. I don't think
it's
Mikey
definitely
would stoop
like
this low.
we abstain.
Yeah.
We're gonna opt out. Thanks, Mick Ultra.
By the way, we are on Facebook Live and YouTube if you want to watch the video. I don't know what it is, but I was commenting to Nate that I don't know, maybe you cleaned your phone or something, but you're looking, the picture's looking very clear and vibrant today. So whatever you did, keep it up. It looks good on the video if you happen to be watching that. We are doing Mick Ultra organic seltzers. Similar to last week with the Mountain Dew. It came in a 12-pack with 4 different flavors. You get 3 of each. And I just popped because you got stuck with the watermelon last week. So I guess it's my turn. Watermelon strawberry. Now, why they put those two together, I'm hoping I'll find out it's because they're delicious, but I have a feeling, like most cases, this watermelon is going to be the worst of the bunch.
I think it's going to taste like a Starburst. That's my guess.
That would be fantastic. Sign me up, but I don't know. I think we discussed with the Mountain Dew show, strawberry and
watermelon just don't need to be flavors.
I don't like fake either of those flavors, and this is a double whammy in a can right here. So we'll see.
It's intriguing you bring that up because I've got the spicy pineapple. There are 2 fruits that I absolutely categorically refuse to eat as an actual fruit.
Oh, that's right.
Bananas and pineapples.
I forgot you're not a big pineapple guy.
But
do you want this one? I'll trade you.
No, because pineapple is actually one of my favorite candy flavors.
Oh, so you have high
like, I love the taste of pineapple. For me, it's definitely a texture thing.
Oh, that's
so like
right.
I'm completely cool with this.
Okay.
Because I've got the spicy pineapple.
And the spicy is what intrigues me.
But what is the spicy? So I mean, without having tasted it yet.
Well, let's see. Does it have natural flavors?
Naturally flavored with other natural flavors. So
that's probably
flavor on flavor. Ingredients list tells me nothing. Purified water, organic cold fermented cane sugar, organic natural flavors, which I feel like legally you shouldn't be allowed to get away with that. And I can already tell the watermelon strawberry is delicious.
It's what you would expect, unfortunately.
I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna drink it, but I mean, you never know. It was just the first sip. That's why I never untap anything off of just the first sip, which that's how we like to rate our beers. Or in this case, seltzers. I'm assuming they got seltzers on there too. I'm pretty sure. DreZ Drinks is my handle. Big Nate Danger across from me. If you want to friend us, you can do so and see what we really think.
Before I open this, I thought either you go ginger or a hot pepper. I'm smelling it, thinking they went with a hot pepper. So I'm going to see if I can figure out what it is.
Interesting. Yeah. Spicy pineapple. That was, what I was alluding to before the break. That was the flavor that really piqued my interest. Spicy, because I do like pineapple and I like spicy stuff. So I'm hoping that that's the real winner of the bunch. I don't know. Still just tastes like a gross seltzer.
No, I mean, it tastes, you get most of the pineapple. You get none of the flavor of what would be the spice. You just get the tingles. So I'm thinking it's probably something with like a higher level of capsaicin, maybe a habanero. Like there's a kick, but there's not flavor, if that makes sense. Like all I got's pineapple.
Okay. So
it's like a spicy pineapple. I see why they did that.
Interesting.
So I can't tell what pepper they put in there, but it's definitely not ginger. It's a pepper.
Okay. So one of the, you asked off the air and I said, oh, we'll save it for the air, about how else we're feeling with keto and how my BB's taking it and stuff. It does noticeably make you feel different. Like I've noticed with my workouts, the runs, like I just don't have the energy and I just feel more run down. And because one of the other things is you don't want to have a bunch of protein, apparently. So you think meat, fatty, but you're not supposed to have protein with this, or a lot of protein. So you're supposed to just have fat, which is proving more difficult than I thought. But so yeah, I have not been too happy about that, and especially since we signed up for next week, we're doing like the turkey trot, and I won the turkey trot last year, beat everybody in our family and group, and that's definitely not going to happen because I can't run for Like I think my pace has dwindled even just running, and I just ran like 2 or 3 miles the other day, and I had like a 9:30 pace, and I just ran a half a marathon at an 8:23 pace, and now I can't even like. I mean, it's bad. It's noticeably bad.
So hearing all of this, I'm thinking next time you guys are over, you guys are gonna have to cook. What the hell? Like, can
I
you
don't
use
know.
butter?
Oh yeah, butter all day.
Butter's good. Okay.
I butter the pan before I cook the bacon.
Okay. All right.
And one thing that I have done, my brother suggested this because you do need to eat fat. So usually you cook bacon, and we have like a grease jar, and you pour the grease in it. I cook the bacon, and all that grease in the pan, I just cook the eggs right in it, man. It's pretty tasty.
You weren't doing that before?
I've never done that.
Oh,
before.
that's so well. So when you cook eggs before, what were you doing?
I dump the grease into the grease jar.
But no, for the eggs though, how were you cooking the eggs? Were you just spraying olive oil or Pam or something on there?
Oh well, I mean, if I have bacon ahead of it, like I have been doing, I would
You
dump
just
the
dump
grease,
the grease in.
but then
Okay.
there's still something in
Oh,
there.
and they bubble up
I'm
if you're
cooking.
frying
I'm
them?
cooking
Yeah.
it with all of that grease.
That's the only way to go.
Well,
You got to keep that
I
at the
don't.
very least.
No, man, that's pretty.
It's so good.
Pretty gnarly. But I have been loving eating all the bacon. I will tell you that. That's the highlight is breakfast because I can eat breakfast all the time. I love it.
That would be
All
the
that.
only way I think I would survive is like I'd have to start having breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for every meal.
If we weren't doing the factor thing with these factor pre-made meals, I would absolutely be eating breakfast for every meal essentially.
And is there a preference for like red meat over white meat, or because
Talking about
white meat doesn't have a lot of fat, so it's got to be like
it's mostly you're talking about the factor meals.
yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly like chicken. There's some pork.
Not a fan.
There's some beef ones. Well, these ones they're not specifically keto. They're just like low carb. So
Okay. So when I think fat, I'm thinking like that's got to be like a lot of pork and red meat because chicken just like I mean you put a chicken in the pan, you can just wipe it with a paper towel. It's
yeah,
been
we haven't
barely
I
wet.
think maybe one night I marinated some chicken, but yeah, we've been cooking steaks. I've gotten pretty decent at that. We've been doing so this is a little something. I don't know if you can find it here. We haven't been able to, but there's this thing. You know, my wife, she's Scottish, and they're big into this pepper. Is it pepper sauce or is it peppercorn sauce? I don't know. There's this sauce. Have you heard of this?
Peppercorn sauce, yes.
It's fantastic. So last time we were in Scotland, she brought back like a bunch of packets of it, or maybe her mom brought them over for us. But that stuff is delicious.
It's great on pork.
Pork. We've been putting on the steak, and yeah, it's pretty fantastic. So yeah, I've been grilling steaks. You know, ribeyes, nice and fatty steaks, and you throw that sauce on it. Now, granted, there are some carbs in that, but whatever, it's worth it because it's just delicious.
Yeah, I mean you kind of gotta make up for it somewhere, but I do often want like, is it just pork rinds and stuff like that like you snack on? Is there like a guilty like you know what this feels? Because like you always see those commercials for the Atkins diet with Rob Lowe, and he's like got those stupid like snack bars, and it's like it's my guilty pleasure, but like I have a drawer full of them. Like, is there something like that like you don't really notice that you're like withholding?
You mean
snack wise
that I'm missing out on because I'm on the keto, or what I'm eating with the keto?
What you're eating that like, you know what? All right, I could get used to this and kind of add it and keep it.
Probably the pork rinds, man. We've had and tried every different flavor. The queso pork rinds that they have are just absolutely delicious. I'll let you try some after. I have 3 bags of them in my drawer. But
I love pork rinds.
But other than that, man, the other snacks and stuff we've been kind of doing is you can take, because you can't eat just normal potato chips. But we've been grabbing like, you can get the salami, just cut in little circles. You put that in the air fryer and you make salami chips. And so then you can scoop up like pimento cheese with them or something. That's kind of what we have in our fridge. That works pretty good. Another thing that was just absolutely delicious, and we actually haven't made it ourselves. It's just every time we go over for family dinner, my brother and his sister-in-law, they do this. It's essentially they call it like breadsticks, But basically, it's just a bunch of cheese, and then you just cook cheese. So you can make it like a pizza too. It's just like mozzarella cheese, a crap ton of mozzarella cheese, 1 egg, and some like Italian seasoning, essentially. And you throw it in the oven, and then it's delicious.
I could see that being a thing. I really like those. I guess they're called Parm crisps. Parmesan's one of my favorite
Yeah.
cheeses of all time, and those, man, I could go through a whole bag in no time.
Mm-hmm.
But not being able to have things like corn would really like make you have to get creative with your snacking.
And
game.
not only that, man, but there's just carbs in everything. You just don't even really think about it until you're doing this diet and you're looking at counting your carbs. I mean, I'm just trying to think of any like I like Crystal, like this. It's not even Crystal Light, it's like the knockoff Walmart brand, but there's like 5 carbs in that. So I used to just drink that, instead of normal water, like essentially flavored water, but it's even got carbs.
Hey,
there's carbs.
Well, there's no carbs in this. Just start
Yeah.
drinking this all day.
There we go. That might be my new jam. These new ultra organic seltzers.
Middle of the day, you just hear
It's okay. It's a seltzer.
it's healthy.
It's just a seltzer.
It's healthy.
Only 80 calories, which actually that is impressive. I think because if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to like the Mick Ultras and all those other ones, usually it is like hovering right around 100 calories for all the seltzers. 80 is, I feel like that's the lowest I've heard. And the fact that it's 0 carbs and 0 sugar.
That's
You
the
gotta give
difference
them
they
credit.
notice between the 5th and 6th time filtering it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's the trade-off, man. I mean, it's not super flavorful. It's not very good. But if you're trying to go the healthy route and still, get to pop a can and have a 4% ABV, this might be the route to go. I don't know. It was pricey though. That 12-pack, if I remember, it was like $18.
Oh, it's not cheap to be healthy in this country.
Oh no, they definitely make it more difficult for you. That's for sure.
No sugar, no carbs, no fun.
Yeah, that's the saying. That's how it goes. Might as well. I'll go ahead and untap this. The watermelon strawberry. I haven't finished it, so that might tell you something. Again, it's no surprise. I do believe. I mean, I haven't had all of them yet, but I imagine this watermelon will be the worst of the flavors. I feel like that's just the general consensus with anytime watermelon flavored stuff is around. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. I mean, you do have the lack of carbs and calories and sugar as well. But yeah, not the tastiest of the bunch. This one's only going to get a 2.25 from me. Not impressed.
Okay. So the further I get into the spicy pineapple, the more and more convinced I am that it's habanero that they used.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to get a little hint of taste, which is kind of what I get whenever I have anything with habanero in it or an actual habanero. I find this flavor absolutely, I mean, like you said, intriguing. I would drink it again. It's not as good as the grapefruit melon, so it's going to score lower because of that. And I think I am comfortable with giving it an even 3.
Even 3. I was trying to do a quick Google search to see if I can figure out what the spicy is, but
I would have given the cucumber lime a 3.5.
you like that one?
Just
that was the
point of
winner.
reference.
All right.
No, the grapefruit melon was a 3.75. So that one.
Okay. Either way, generally not better than beer. That's
Not at all.
That's what we're getting at, folks. All right. Well, that's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. Hopefully next week. I don't know. We'll see. If I start losing weight, maybe we'll do another round of seltzers or something.
I don't think my glass has ever been this clean after a
Yeah,
show.
it looks like we don't even need to wash them. We can just throw them right back up on the shelf. But yeah, I got a feeling unless something happens in the next week and I start magically dropping pounds finally, I think we might be switching back to beer because I've about had it. I've given this diet a proper go, and I think it's okay to go ahead and throw in the towel. So that's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. We'll be back with some tunes right after this on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.